In this video, we are going to talk about RBL Bank, which has been in the news. I'm sure you must have read or heard about RBL Bank news. RBI had asked Mr. Vishwavir Ahuja to step down from MD and CEO and appointed Mr. Yogesh K. Dayal, an RBI nominee, to the board of the bank for a period of 2 years beginning December 24, 2021. Stock has reacted negatively and touched Rs 130 in the morning trade before closing at Rs 140. Now, the moot question is whether we should go and buy this stock, which is trading at 0.6 times of FY23 book value on consensus estimates, or avoid catching the falling knife. Is it another Yes Bank? This is not the first instance when RBI has nominated a director to a bank. We have seen this earlier with Yes Bank, J&K Bank, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and Lakshmi Vilas Bank. On Sunday evening, RBL Bank management had a call with the investor community where they tried to allay fear about its financial strength and asset quality. Even RBI has issued a press release today, which is 27 December 2021, stating that the bank is well capitalized and the financial position of the bank remains satisfactory. There are mainly two views in the market apart from the discussion on social media platforms regarding some fishy things. We don't know the reason for this development. However, one view says that RBI has appointed additional director on the board to ensure a smoother management transition, as regulator was not in favor of Mr. Ahuja staying beyond the 1 year permitted in the last June. Another view says that there was an ego battle between Ahuja and the RBI. While there were some compliance lapses, these weren't seen as material. We don't know the rationale of RBI's action and hence we can only monitor few key parameters going forward. We should look at the appointment of an internal person to head the operations in the interim, which may suggest that RBI is not extremely worried about the situation. So let us discuss the key things that we can watch for in the coming days. First is deposits outflow, which is liquidity. For next few weeks or a month, we should monitor the liquidity of the bank. Post the announcement of moratorium in Yes Bank, several banks including RBL Bank had come under a fair bit of pressure as depositors were shifting their savings from mid-sized private banks to PSU or large-sized private banks. However, RBL Bank did demonstrate its ability to address this concern by focusing on retail deposits and reducing the concentration risk. Its LCR, which is the liquidity coverage ratio, stands comfortable at 153% for the bank. We have to watch out for next couple of weeks. In past, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, which too has a high share of wholesale deposits, navigated this issue reasonably well. The second thing to watch out for is the asset quality. Many people are raising this concern that RBI would have done this due to underreporting of NPAs. There could be skeletons in the cupboard which might come out now. Management did explain yesterday that asset quality review for 2021 is underway and regulator has not raised any serious divergence on the NPAs. They have even guided that the net NPA ratios and provisions during the second half of fiscal year 2022 should not be too different than what has been guided during second quarter FY22 results. Microfinance loans will take some time to recover, but the underlying conditions are quite promising. The third thing to watch out for is exits at board or senior management. We don't know who could lead the bank as Mr. Rajiv Ahuja is currently appointed as an interim MD and CEO. We have seen a very mixed response to an external hiring, for example Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. We need to closely watch about the board, senior management or middle management. A new leader is likely to bring in new ideas and would also want fresh senior leadership that can bring in the changes that she aspires to. However, it would involve a fair amount of changes within the existing team, which is not easy in an existing setup. Lastly, we need to focus on loan mix. Management did allude to the need for changing the loan mix as currently they have very high reliance on high risk categories like microfinance and credit card loans. These loans saw maximum hit during COVID. The focus on high risk portfolio has led to volatility in earnings. Hence, we need to monitor how this mix changes going forward. So what should you do as an investor? Should you buy or should you sell? Most of the market participants are telling you to avoid the stock. We would also like to closely monitor the parameters mentioned earlier. However, there are few things which can't be ignored. RBI rarely comes with a press release stating that the bank is well capitalized and the financial position of the bank remains satisfactory. Indirectly, it is giving credence to the thesis that it was more of a personality issue which may have been aggravated problems between Vishwaveer Ahuja and the RBI. There is also some media report which suggests that RBI appears to be firmly behind Mr. Rajiv Ahuja, going by proceedings at the board meeting on Saturday. The second reason why we are not so negative arises from its comfortable liquidity position. Its liquidity coverage ratio (LCR) stands at 153%, way above the regulatory requirement of 100%. In fact, when moratorium was announced in Yes Bank, several mid-sized banks like RBL did face outflow of deposits. However, it has managed this well by focusing on retail deposits along with reducing the concentrated wholesale borrowings. Third reason for us to give them the benefit of the doubt would be asset quality. Although people talk about spike in NPAs post management change, which we have seen in several PSU banks of some other names mentioned earlier, as per management statement, there is no material divergence between reported number and RBI's AQR, that is the Asset Quality Review exercise for FY21. Not only this, even NPAs reported by the bank is comparable to other banks with similar loan mix. The final reason would be valuation. At Rs 141, stock trades at 0.6 times FY23 of book value on consensus estimates. You can also question the earnings, which can increase the multiple as denominator increase in price divided by book value. Bank is well capitalized with capital adequacy ratio of 16.33% and also enough cushion in terms of provision coverage ratio, which is 76.6%. Stock may take some time to revive as sentiments improvement might take few quarters. However, we see limited downside from current levels and hence don't advise you to exit or sell the stock. We hope you liked this quick update from Dreamladder Capital. Please do like it and share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will see you again with another such update. Till then, goodbye.